Gentlemen, wake up. Breaking news on here, December 18th, 2025. We theorized Genesis terminal, Genesis beginning, terminal end, and it sounds like we're right. The terminal was the beginning of the end for cases, as Valve has seemingly stopped the incoming supply of all rare cases in the rare drop pool. An image was posted to Twitter just a few moments ago that showcases the statistics of dropped cases over the last week, 12/12 to 12/17, 2025. And while all of the active drop pool cases were still present, the rare ones were not. There are a few rare cases in this image. However, that is because it was speculated the cases were stopped. And that, however, is because the cases were speculated to have stopped on Wednesday, and Tuesday is when they usually come out. Which means there's a small amount of them, but it's obviously not in proportion to what they normally would be. We are fucking earlier than the Anubis. So let's give you the fucking plays. Every case that you are already holding available to market, sell it right now at a sell order around 20 to 30% over the current listing price. It will rise and it will sell immediately. Hype is at maximum capacity right now, and it will only get bigger over the next hour. You need to capitalize on euphoria. This is how this market works. Now, if this is not a glitch, cases will go up over time. But there will, and there always has been, a pullback on massive pumps. People will realize it's going to take way longer than they expected for cases to go from their current supply down to zero. So they start to sell. Some of them at a loss. Doesn't matter though, you made your money on the first initial sell. Now you take that money and buy right back into the same positions that you held previously. Now, that same money just got you 2 times the amount of cases. This is textbook market psychology here. We know this works. Look at every single chart on every single CS skin in the history of CS. Now, if you don't want to risk the pullback, which I'm telling you, you should not, but if you are, that's fine. You can probably just hold every single case you own. And that is because if all of them are discontinued, they no longer follow any rules. They will act like every other discontinued case currently right now, which some of them sit as high as around $60, the Operation Hydra case. Your second play that you should be very interested in right now are knives. Right? The knife trade-up update may have added an extra year's worth of supply of knives into the market, but with this update, the incoming supply of knives is now 0, so it's going to balance out over time. Which means that if you held a lot of knives, you can expect your knives to go right back up to the price they were at. And on top of this, the reds will not go back down. They'll stay at their current price and probably go up even more. Because now that's your only way to get into the knife beyond opening a case. They very well could have just gone back to their initial value pre-update. So why now? Now, initially off of this news, I'm quite confused because discontinuing these things just makes it easier for manipulation to occur. So I feel as if this is not the only reason they're doing this, and something will come in the next few hours as we're expecting an update tonight at around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So stay locked in. Right? They can do anything the fuck they want. If tonight's update reveals anything significant, I'm dropping another emergency segment immediately. And I'll probably do a live stream later on. Spectrum, Gamma, Chroma. Those are your 3 case plays. If you have some money in your Steam account right now, I would buy some. The pump hasn't even started yet. That's how early we are. Well, because the other cases that are in the pool, beyond the glove case, I'm pretty sure it's all the original knife finishes for the first generation, second, and third generation of knives. The Karambit bayonet, the first generation of knives, their original finishes, I believe, are housed in like 20 cases. Spectrum, Gamma, and Chroma, there's 2, 2, and 3 of those cases. So their supply is discontinued from cases, which also subsequently stops knife trade-ups from happening at such a high rate. Or at least at the rate it was happening before. Even if all the new butterfly knife Dopplers that were coming in were diluting the market, it's now completely null and void because all incoming supply after today will be naught. So the reds in these cases are going to be equally as valuable, and they will equally go up in price, as well as every other subsequent rarity, because they're all derivatives of one another now. So if you can't afford a Karambit Doppler, but you can afford a Galil Manowar, whatever the fuck it's called, Chatterbox, then you buy a few of those, because those are going to skyrocket. This is a good update if you held knives or you held cases pre-update. This is the redemption day. This is the great renaissance. This is absolute market chaos, unprecedented. This is the opposite of the Great Depression. We're going to make money together. If you were here, you'll notice a pattern. I broke the Anubis news. I'm breaking this motherfucking news as well. If you want the motherfucking fastest news this side of the Mississippi, stay on Mike Water 9's channel. We are the best community in Counter-Strike. Fuck you.